Yo, what is up, guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. I tell you what, I thoroughly enjoyed that fight between Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia wins the fight by a 7th round body shot knockout. A vicious body shot knockout by Ryan Garcia, but he had his troubles in this fight. Wow, first round, Ryan Garcia actually comes out quite aggressive, forcing the pace, leading with power shots. In particular, he's looking for that left hook, which is missing quite regularly. However, round one, I gave it to Ryan Garcia. To me, he was the guy who was forcing the fight. Round two, Luke Campbell, he starts to box a little bit better, getting behind the jab, using the straight left to the body, and he sets up an overhand left to the head, which drops Ryan Garcia. How Luke Campbell set it up, he threw a jab to the body, and that lowered the right hand of Ryan Garcia. Then Luke Campbell comes over the top with an overhand left, bang on the chin, it caught Ryan Garcia flush, and it dropped Ryan Garcia quite hard. However, when Ryan Garcia got up, he never looked all that hurt, and he finished the round he got out of the round. To Ryan Garcia's credit, in the third round he came back really strong, once again trying to take the initiative, trying to land power shots, trying to get Luke Campbell back. And again, I thought he recovered really well in the third round. I felt he won that round. Rounds 4 and 5, once again, I felt Ryan Garcia was a step ahead. To me, he was the guy forcing the pace. He was the guy throwing the hard shots. Luke Campbell was having success in these rounds, by the way. He was landing the jab. He was landing some real nice short right hooks out of that southpaw stance. And also a couple of left hands to the body. But again, I mentioned it prior to this fight. To me, Luke Campbell is just far too passive. He dropped Ryan Garcia and he never really capitalised on it. But yeah, after the second round knockdown, Ryan Garcia responded really well. One thing I noticed after round 3, I noticed an adjustment from Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was loading up on the left hook and it was missing quite badly at times. Then Ryan Garcia actually brought that straight right hand into play, and that shot was landing throughout as soon as he started throwing it against the southpaw. So a good adjustment by Ryan Garcia after the third round. And yeah, rounds 4 and 5, I felt Garcia was on top. In round 5, actually, towards the end of the round, Ryan Garcia hurt Luke Campbell quite badly. Luke Campbell actually turned his back towards the end of that round. And yeah, big round for Ryan Garcia. Luke Campbell tries to come back strong, has his moments in round 6. But once again, to me, Ryan Garcia is the guy who's forcing the fight. He's the guy who's being aggressive, And again, I scored every round of this fight to Ryan Garcia, apart from the knockdown round. I appreciate some of these rounds were close. Some of the work Luke Campbell was doing was quite subtle, especially that right hook out of a southpaw stance. But, for me, the more effective work outside of round 2 was from Ryan Garcia. And round 7 was where this fight ended, with a beautiful hook to the body by Ryan Garcia. He kind of jumped in with the left hook as Luke Campbell's guard was up. Luke Campbell hits the deck and, he basically tries to beat the count at like 10 seconds. I think Luke Campbell wanted out at that stage. Brutal body shot by Ryan Garcia, beautifully placed, and yeah, a really good finish by him. This fight for Ryan Garcia, he showed me, that there is something there. He showed me some fortitude after getting knocked down. It was a heavy knockdown. Some fighters may have panicked. Some fighters may have, shit the bed. But Ryan Garcia didn't. He took the initiative. He took the ball by the horns. And he got back in control of that fight. Also, I liked the adjustment. I think it was round 3 onwards where he started throwing the right hand against the southpaw. He realised that was working. I liked that adjustment. And he showed some real good punch placement at times. And he showed some good timing at times. So yeah, it was a performance which showed a lot of fortitude by Ryan Garcia and some quality moments, some great hand speed, some really nicely placed shots. There were some moments of real quality from Ryan Garcia. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of flaws in this performance at the same time, but I'm only giving Ryan Garcia credit because a lot of people make out like this guy cannot fight whatsoever. He's got talent. I call Ryan Garcia a raw talent. I still think he needs a lot of work, but he's got quick hands, he's explosive, he's got very good timing, and he's clearly got some sort of punching power. There's a lot of raw ingredients with Ryan Garcia, but he needs the right fights at the right time, he needs experience, and he needs to build upon that. But, there is a good fighter in there somewhere, as far as I'm concerned. But he made a few mistakes in this fight. Sometimes he was a bit overzealous with his power shots, and he was missing at times. You could say also there was times where he was taking unnecessary risks, leaving openings for Luke Campbell to counter on, which Luke Campbell did. He did actually effectively counter Ryan Garcia in this fight at times. He just never made it count. But a fighter who's got more power, better timing, is more than likely going to capitalise on that. So, listen, Ryan Garcia is a great raw talent. He's got great athletic ability, speed, power, explosiveness, etc. He's got that sort of thing down packed, but he needs to improve his defence and his all-around boxing skill. I want to see more of that jab. I want to see him quicken up those feet. He was extremely flat-footed in this fight, Ryan Garcia, and he certainly needs to make a lot of improvements going forwards. But, he is now the WBC interim champion. What would I do with Ryan Garcia? I mean, he's in line to fight Devin Haney. Who do I pick in that fight right now? I have to be honest. I think I would favour Devin Haney. Devin Haney to me is a far more complete boxer. Yeah, he's not as quick, doesn't hit as hard, but the fundamentals, to me, Devin Haney's got down packed much better than Ryan Garcia. I would favour Devin Haney over Ryan Garcia. To be honest with you, I think Ryan Garcia needs a couple more fights at a good level before he fights a world champion. But yeah, all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed the fight. Credit goes to Ryan Garcia because, like I said, a lot of people act like Ryan Garcia cannot fight whatsoever. He can fight a bit. He's got something about him. He does have a bit of balls, a bit of bottle, getting up from that knockdown, having a few problems here and there. He showed some good resolve in this fight. And I'll tell you what, is the guy cringy? Yeah, absolutely. He's a bit of a cornball. However, he's extremely exciting in that ring. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. So listen, man, Ryan Garcia gets my credit, and very fun fight. Commiserations to Luke Campbell. Not sure where he goes from here, to be honest. Maybe he can have one more run, try to go to 140, fight someone like Lewis Ritson in a domestic fight, but Luke Campbell's never going to be a world champion. It's just that simple. Just hasn't really been good enough in the pro ranks. Great amateur, but he's never really turned over to being a great professional. It is what it is, sometimes that happens. But yeah, like I said, congratulations to Ryan Garcia. I thoroughly enjoyed that fight. I actually enjoyed the whole card, to be honest. The Alvarado twins were great value. Really good card by Golden Boy on DAZN, so credit to all involved. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts. What did you make of this fight? What did you make of Ryan Garcia's performance? Were you impressed? Were you not impressed? Were you like me, in the sense of he showed me a lot more than I was expecting in terms of a mental side. But again, I recognise there is a lot of defensive flaws there. Anyway, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Del Boy. Peace.